Let me tell you a story. This is a story about the first time I ever spent the night with a girl. So let me set the scene for you guys. I'm a junior in high school, and I was super shy back then. Like, it wasn't until graduation probably that I started to not be like shy anymore. But that aside, I was talking to this girl, and she was really cute, and honestly, I'm not sure how I came across her because she lived like 40 minutes away. I assume I just added her on Instagram and DM'd her or something. Like, that's the only thing I could really think that happened. But moving on, that really doesn't matter. But we're talking, we're flirting, and we end up planning a date. And she kind of peer pressures me into agreeing to stay the night at her house, which I've never done anything like that before. So obviously I'm nervous. Never had anything like this happen to me before, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Am I being tricked? Does she actually like me that much? So I just go on. I do what any man would in this situation, and I buy condoms. The day gets closer and closer, and my anxiety heightens until it's finally time. I drive that extremely long feeling 40-minute drive listening to the new 21 Savage Issa album. And I don't really know why I remember that so well, but I know it came out like a week before that, and that's all I listened to on the way there. Okay, but I pick her up from some random park that she lives by, and we first go to the movies. For those wondering, I believe we watched Despicable Me 3. Not that it's really relevant to the story, but after the movies, we continue this date by heading back to the park I picked her up from. The reason we went there was because there was supposed to be some fireworks show that was supposed to be going on, and let me tell you, that shit was awful. I'm not a firework guy to begin with, so I didn't even want to be there in the first place. But something I probably should have mentioned earlier is that she lived in a very ghetto area. So I was surrounded by literal crackheads and forced to watch these stupid ass fireworks that I didn't even want to see. I wanted to go, and I feel like it was pretty obvious. Like, when I'm pissed about something, I just feel like it shows on my face at the very least. But I was like obviously pissed, and well, I wouldn't say pissed, but thankfully we left. We didn't stay too long, probably like an hour max, but now it was finally time to go to her home. She lives on this gravel road, so she has me park in between her house and her neighbor's, so it looks like the car might belong to somebody over there. We get into the house and nobody's even there. So now we're in the bed. That weed movie with Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg playing in the background while we're making out, and things are starting to, escalate. But then her dad gets home. She didn't care to mention until we heard his car that I absolutely cannot be seen by him because he is a raging alcoholic. And who knows what the fuck would happen to me if he saw me in his daughter's bedroom. At this point, I'm scared out of my mind. I'm like, okay, maybe I should just go home. But he's here already, so it's a little too late to be thinking that. When her dad gets inside, he yells for her, and she told me to hide in the closet. And she told me not to come out until she told me it was safe to come out, and I shit you not, while she was out of the room, her dad came in to the bedroom. I don't remember why. She was in the other room, her dad is in her room, and I'm in the fucking closet, scared out of my goddamn mind that this alcoholic was about to kill me. Thankfully, he didn't know. And eventually he leaves the room and she comes back, and I tell her that there is absolutely no fucking way I can stay. Like, I'm fucking shaking. I'm so scared at this moment. But at this point, I can't even go home because I lied to my mom saying I was spending the night at my friend's house. Luckily though, they had a trailer outside, which led to the next challenge, which was sneaking back out. So I had to go first because she obviously had to get the key for the trailer, and what we did was I had to climb out of her bedroom window without putting any sort of pressure on it, because apparently it is very creaky and he will hear it. Like I was saying, I had to climb out of her creaky ass window, and this was really difficult because her bed was like, it was nearly level to the window, but on the outside was just deck. I honestly don't know how I managed to pull it off without touching the window, but it was really hard because there was nothing for me to land on besides the floor, which was really far to the ground. I managed to pull it off. I continue on towards the trailer now, literally crawling in the dirt underneath the living room window so he didn't see me, and at this point, I'm safe now. I'm just standing outside in the dark. I can make an excuse for that if for some reason he saw me at this point. Like, oh, I'm just walking around. I don't know. But I feel like I could have made an excuse at this point, is what I'm trying to say. So, I was standing outside, like I said, in the dark for a solid 30 minutes at like 2 a.m., waiting for her to grab the damn key for the trailer. It took so long, I thought she might have forgotten that I was even there, or that she just was like, fuck it. Fuck this guy, he can just sit outside. But finally, she came outside. And when we finally went into the trailer, it smelled like BO, and the bed had sand in it. I guess it was a trailer for the dunes, so that kind of makes sense, but still, it had fucking sand in it. And by this point, the mood for me is absolutely killed, demolished, eradicated, and she tries to make out and stuff, but I'm still shook. Like, just let me lay here and process the fact that I almost was murdered by your alcoholic father. So, yeah, at this point, nothing really happened, and I surprisingly fell asleep very fast. I guess I was just like so exhausted from the stress that I passed out, and I left early in the morning, like 6-ish probably, and kind of ghosted her after that. So yeah, that's pretty much the story, and honestly I'm sure I forgot some things, but hopefully that was a good little story. Hope you guys did enjoy that.